Hey guys, here's a video for incorporating citations into your first draft. Rule number 1, you absolutely must have them. Guys, if you turn in a first draft that has no citations in it, it will be a failing first draft. You absolutely have to have them. So here are some general rules for citing your sources. First of all, your sources should be cited parenthetically in the text of your research paper. That means when you give your source information inside the paper itself, not on the works cited page, but inside the paper itself, it should be in parentheses. What I should see within those parentheses, first of all, would be the first element from the source on the works cited page. So for many sources, that will be an author's last name. For other sources that are what we call unsigned sources, that will be the title of the article or the title of the source. After that name, whether it's the article name or the author name, I should also see the location within the source that I can find that information. So often that will be a paragraph number because it's usually going to be an article that you're citing. Finally, probably most importantly, I should see lots of citations. They should be plentiful in the body of your research paper. Of course, I won't be seeing them in your introduction or your conclusion, but definitely lots of citations in the body of your research paper. Probably multiple citations within paragraphs in the body of the research paper. So I've defined those general rules. Let's talk about what they look like in real life. I've taken a screenshot of a very good research paper from last year, and let's see how this guy used the sources. So he wrote about Idi Amin. And so in this paragraph from the screenshot, what he's done is he's given some information and then he's given me the source name and the paragraph number. This source name I'm going to look for on the works cited page. So here's a screenshot of the works cited page of the same paper, and sure enough, here's the source that I found that he had listed on the page before. And so on your first draft, if you see a bunch of check marks on your works cited page, that's actually very good. That means I saw sources within the textual citations in your paper, and I found them on your works cited page. When they match, I put a check mark next to them. So that was the general rule, and it works most of the time. However, in life, there are always exceptions. Same with research papers. So one particular citation circumstance might be you have citations, consecutive citations that all come from the same source. That's what this same student had. So he cited his information here. It's this Al Prendini article. And then the next bit of information he gave came from the same article. If you're giving consecutive citations from the same source, then on a second citation, you leave out that first element and you just give me the paragraph number. So all of this information, all these citations came from the same article, and I could tell it was from the same article when he left this name off again. Students will ask, well, can I just leave the parenthetical citation for the end? You can. You're going to get a deduction for it. This student was very careful in showing me exactly where in his article I could find each bit of information that I needed to verify, or that he felt I might need to be verified. So this is the best way to do it. If you leave it for the end, there's no way you're getting above a C on this paper, and you'll be lucky if you get a C. Another unique circumstance that might come up is you might have some sources with the same name, like this guy did. He has two sources here, two articles that are both called Idi Amin. So he had to manage that in his paper to clarify which information was coming from which article. Here's how he did that. What he did when he had to cite from one of those articles, instead of just giving the article name, Idi Amin, he also gave the second element, which was the publication that it came from. And so that way I could tell on his works cited page which of those two articles he was working with. If you want to abbreviate that a little bit, so maybe he wanted to put Idi Amin and maybe it was, history for American scholars or something. He could have abbreviated it to just history. So just so I can get enough information to tell which of those two articles or more with the same title he was citing from. Okay guys, finally, you need to know how to cite irregular sources or sources that aren't articles. So we're talking about sources like a graph, like a map, like a table. So instead of using that paragraph number, like PAR number, whatever paragraph it is in an article, you're going to use this notation, N period PAG. That means no page number or no pagination. It's a way of saying this doesn't fall within a certain paragraph number in an article. It's a different kind of source. So inside the parenthetical citation, you'll have the author last name or the article name, and then N period PAG for those kinds of sources. Guys, I think that's everything. We are coming to the home stretch. Good luck. Do your best.